I will admit up front, I am an inexperienced moderator. I don't moderate as a rule, so I am mostly going to ask a question or two and then throw it out to you guys to ask questions of this amazing panel up here, and then sit back and watch in triumph. Probably a bad word right now, considering the situation with that other ship.
You've doomed us all.
Sorry guys, we're going down.
Triumph!
The first thing I'd like to ask, because and maybe the only thing I'll ask, is because when we had a Q&A with performers the other day, and we got into the weeds about the challenges of creation in general, and there are many. Of course, I think everyone would acknowledge that, and there's a full spectrum of challenges involved: financial, creative, just getting into patterns that work for you. But I'd like to start off on a slightly positive note and say, what is great about being a writer and creator? And we can just go in any order here. Maybe John, Roderick?
Oh boy.
I'm really sabotaging myself here with this question.
What's great about being a writer is that you set your own hours.
That is a real thing for me.
Yeah, I have been living entirely on my writing now for 10 years. And there's no more gratifying thing. And I write across a lot of different platforms, and some of them are profitable and some of them aren't directly profitable. It's hard sometimes to tell how you make money as a writer. But it's a wonderful thing to live off of your own wits and your creativity. And that's not a thing I can compare to anything else, really.
Molly Lewis? I'm going to obnoxiously identify people for the sake of our audio audience.
My favorite thing about being a writer, writing music and tweets and things, is that the dumb crap that falls out of my head, people will hear and agree with, which is a very validating thing.
Randall Monroe?
I think that as every elementary school teacher I had will attest, I pretty much just want to tell everyone every fact I learn all the time. and when you have a website with a bunch of people going to it, you can tell everyone everything much more efficiently.
Mr. John Scalzi?
I'm going to echo what Mr. Roderick said. It's great to be able to keep your own hours and basically do your own thing. And every once in a while, just for the fun of it, I'll just write something just to see what happens. And sometimes it works and sometimes it doesn't. But the nice thing is that there's nobody to tell me, no, you don't, you have TPS reports.
Joseph Scrimshaw.
A couple of things if you find joyful about writing is that when you are writing and in the process of it, there is always a reason to drink.
Oh my God, man. Nothing you can't bring around to that.
There's a Friends of Bill W. meeting somewhere on this ship. I'm walking you to it.
I am a walking enemies of Bill W. meeting. No, I was thinking of it in light of what John Roderick's immediate responses, which I agree with, about setting your own hours. And there are those moments of joy when it's 10 a.m. in my own home and I'm either having a hard time with something or celebrating something, and I can do whatever I need to work through that. And sometimes it's, I'm going to pour a tiny sip of whiskey, and either in triumph because I finished something I didn't think I would, or just need a little something. And sometimes it's, a walk around the pond across from my house. But it's really nice to be able to be in your own space when you're working and do kind of whatever you need to do. The other thing that I find really joyful about having, like a lot of us are writing over a lot of different platforms, Twitter, and I write plays, and I'm working on screenplays like every other writer. And I write for myself to perform, and with all the different mediums, there's a different level of how quickly you will be rewarded or validated, and it's fun to be sitting in your own home and have maybe an immediate validation on Twitter, or else just to sit there and picture, in order to keep yourself writing, how might other human beings react to this.
Yeah, I find that immediate validation there a little bit like crack. Like the cocaine monkey keeps pushing the button for more. As a writer, it's dangerous. It's fun, but it is dangerous. Adam Bernstein.
I was going to expand it to writing and playing, and what I think is so great about it and what I feel so lucky about is that I feel that self-expression is just one of the most important things to being a human and sharing that with everybody, and the idea that I could actually do that and survive and still pay rent is just the most incredible thing ever. So it makes me feel very grateful but also alive.
Ooh, Josh Kagan.
I mean, certainly it is not a job that most of the time requires pants. And you cannot put a high enough price on that. Follow-up. There is something really wonderful, and me and Singy and Songy, Paul and Storm, as I call them, experienced this on Learning Town in that we sat around a table for about 6 months and had every idea on the planet about what we wanted to put into this show. And then, a few months later, we walked onto a set, and I would say 99% of the crazy ideas that we had manifested into reality. And that is as close to what your kind call a holodeck. It's this weird cognitive dissonance that I came up with this idea just sitting on the couch and watching Top Gear, and now this is happening. It came out of our brains, and now it's on a screen or a stage, and that is truly magical.
Cool.